Save more toward what? Toward the line. And the line has an address. Here's where it gets uncomfortable, and here's why the high earner is the broke one. You would assume a bigger income makes the line easier to reach. More money in, more money to put behind you, but that is not what happens to most people, because the line isn't fixed. It's built out of your essentials, and your essentials rise with your income almost automatically. Get a raise, and the apartment gets nicer. The car payment appears. The lifestyle quietly expands to fill the new number. It feels like progress. What is actually happening is that your safety line is moving up faster than your savings are moving toward it. Watch it in the two figures. The modest earner's essentials are low, so 4 months of them is a target of around $8,800. Reachable, human-sized. The high earner's essentials are inflated. The big mortgage, the financed cars. So 4 months of them is around $26,000. His line sits 3 times higher than the low earners. Same rule applied to a bigger life produces a much bigger target. Watch it happen in real time. Say you land a raise of $2,000 a month, the thing you've been chasing for years. If even $1,200 of that quietly gets absorbed into a nicer place and a newer car, your essentials just rose by $1,200 a month, which means your 4-month line just rose by 4 times that. Almost $5,000. You got a raise, and on the very same day, your safety line moved almost $5,000 further away. That is not a spending scandal. It's a normal, reasonable set of upgrades that anyone would make. And it is exactly why the raise didn't make you feel any safer. The line outran it. So the high earner isn't just failing to save, he is running toward a finish line that his own spending keeps pushing away from him. His income didn't buy safety, it bought a higher standard of essentials which raised the very line he has to clear. That is the mechanism people miss when they assume the money itself was the problem. The money wasn't necessarily spent foolishly. It was spent in a way that moved the goalposts. More income made him look richer and left him further from the line. That is how you earn $140,000 a year and stay broke. So here's the move. Just one. The day your income arrives, an automatic transfer sends a fixed slice into a separate high-yield account. Before you see it, before you can spend it, before your brain has a chance to allocate it to something else. You decide once, the system does it every week after that, indefinitely. I want to be precise about why this is weekly and not daily because it is not a gimmick. The reason discipline fails is that it demands a decision every single time. Save or spend, invest or wait. Every day you're asked, and every day the asking wears you down, and eventually you're too tired to choose well. A daily habit is more of exactly the thing that breaks people. Weekly is different. It's frequent enough to feel like real, steady motion, but it runs on automation instead of willpower. A standing transfer, not a daily act of self-control. You are not trying to be disciplined 1,000 times. You're trying to be disciplined once when you set it up. How much? The clean answer is 10% of your income. The same 10% the sensible frameworks carve out for stability. On a take-home of $6,000 a month, that's $600, which comes to about $138 a week. Small enough to barely register. Large enough, as you're about to see, to make broke impossible. Where does it go? Not into stocks. This money's job is not to grow. It is to be there. So it lives somewhere with 3 properties: instant access, zero volatility, and a small but real yield. A high-yield savings account is the natural home. As of now, many of them pay somewhere in the range of 4 to 5%, roughly keeping pace with inflation and quietly helping, but the yield is a bonus, not the point. The point is that when you need this money, it is there in full on the day you need it, no questions asked. Now the part most videos skip, because it isn't exciting. I would rather earn the claim than sell it, so let me be straight about the assumptions. This works if you can find the 10%. For a lot of people, that's the whole problem. The 10% isn't lying around. If that's you, the money comes from the same place it always has too. Your 2 biggest fixed costs, housing and transportation. Those 2 line items sink more budgets than every coffee run in history combined. A slightly smaller place in the same neighborhood, a reliable used car instead of a financed new one. You don't have to gut your life. You have to get the two